Hello everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I am here today with a haul from Fantasy Wax Melts. Also, not wearing my glasses, I could not figure out how to deal with the glare in my glasses. I took them off if it looks like I'm squinting or straining my eyes or I can't see. That's why. The glare just distracted me so much in my last video, I can't do that again. Anyway, I am here today with a haul from Fantasy Wax Melts. So I actually realized I wanted to check and see the history of these orders. The first one's from September 27th. The next one is from October 11th. The next one is from October 25th. Next one is from November 1st. And then the last one is from December 24th. These orders span fall and winter of 2024. These were either when there was a sale going on. One of these was customs, which I am so excited to share. I'm so happy with how my customs turned out. I've been waiting for Fantasy Wax to open a customs list since I started buying from them, which was December of 2022. Is that right? Yes, December of 2022. And she is my first vendor. I wouldn't even know what vendor wax was if it wasn't for Fantasy Wax Melts because I watched the owner on YouTube back when she did makeup tutorials, and then she started her wax melt business and would talk about it on her channel, and that is how I discovered the world of vendor wax. So Fantasy Wax Melts is for me an OG vendor, and it is one that I will always support because, like I said, I credit my love of wax melts to Fantasy Wax. She is definitely a smaller vendor and I get such good consistent performance and great scents from her wax, and so if I can, I will always try to support with at least some small orders. My wax purchases this year are going to be very few and far between. I've built up a collection of scents that I really love and that I'm happy with, that I am working through at a good rate. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of purchasing, but there are a couple of vendors. Teddy Bees is one that I will participate in. I purchased from Teddy Bees this past weekend in the pre-order, and other than that, my wax purchases are going to be very few and far between. So this is one of the last hauls you'll probably see on this channel for a while. I'm going to be sticking with way more warm reviews. Anyway, my point being that this is the culmination of a few orders from the fall, and I have been saving them to share, especially the customs, because they turned out so great. So I'm going to try to start with those. The first one that I'm grabbing here, I got all of these XL snap bars. These are great. The size is perfect. They're so easy. You don't have to chop them, and it's not an overwhelming amount of wax. You know, this is very easy to get through. So I got a sample. I think I have the sample here of Ultimate Vanilla with one of these first orders, because the customs is the order from November 1st. And this is the sample that I got, Ultimate Vanilla. And if you've watched any of my videos, you've probably heard me talk about how much I love vanilla. That's just always going to be a top scent for me. I have loved vanilla for my whole life. Body care, candle scents, whatever. And it's just such a beautiful, strong vanilla scent. Some vanillas, you know, can be so light. And as much as I love the Vanilla Bean Noels and Vanilla Laces, sometimes I want something else that I can still pick up as a stronger vanilla, but isn't one of those two distinct notes. And this Ultimate Vanilla gave me exactly what I wanted. And so I knew I wanted to use that note in a custom. So what I did was I combined all of my favorite vanillas, and I did Ultimate Vanilla, Vanilla Bean Noel, Vanilla Lace, and Sugar Cookie Royale. So 3 vanilla notes and then the Sugar Cookie Royale, just because I felt like if I used Sugar Cookie Royale, which is a vanilla cookie scent, that would give it enough of a base for all of those vanillas to sit on and it wouldn't just kind of get lost. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. This is so good. The way that all of the vanillas combine, I can detect the Vanilla Lace and the Vanilla Bean Noel distinctly, but you can tell that they're both there. And that there's another vanilla along with it. And then just this Fresh Bake Sugar Cookie scent along with it. This is just ultimate vanilla goodness. I absolutely love this. I cannot wait to warm it. It is so strong on cold, and I have very high hopes for how it will warm up. Next custom is, this is a favorite. So caramel macchiato, vanilla pound cake, and Old Town Bake Shop. So caramel macchiato is my favorite coffee note from Fantasy Wax. I absolutely love the way that she does that scent, and I am always on the lookout for it. And so I knew when I got called up for customs, I wanted to do a caramel macchiato blend. And vanilla pound cake is another one from Fantasy Wax that she does really well. It's just a very heavy pound cake. And then Old Town Bake Shop is more of a kind of gentle but very, very sweet bakery scent. It's way more of just that sweet bakery essence, kind of like if you were walking by a bakery versus actually having a cake in front of you or something like that. I just thought that this would be a really, really warm, yummy, sweet coffee scent. And it's absolutely delicious. The caramel macchiato is front and center. It is heavy caramel, but you still smell the coffee. And then, you know, I can't specifically pick out vanilla pound cake or Old Town Bake Shop, but you can tell that there is much more than caramel macchiato to this scent. You can tell that there's bakery, and I have a feeling that it would be a little bit stronger once I put it in the warmer. This one is apple cinnamon, vanilla ice cream, and pie crust. So my reasoning with this one, I absolutely love the apple cinnamon note from Fantasy Wax. It's one of my favorite apple notes. She does apple exceptionally well. If you are going to try Fantasy Wax melts for the first time, I highly recommend diving into her apple bakery, because even with my wife, who's someone who is much pickier with apple, she really tends to enjoy those blends, and apple cinnamon is one of those notes. And I was thinking that if I mixed apple cinnamon, vanilla ice cream, and pie crust, 3 single oils that I know that I love, maybe I would achieve the apple pie scent that I'm often looking for in an apple pie oil that I don't get, if that makes sense. And for me personally, this really worked. It is apple cinnamon and pie crust heavy. It is more like an apple cinnamon sugar to me. I think that's why I like the scent note so much. So imagine an apple cinnamon sugar pie crust, and then just a little hint of a vanilla ice cream in the background. This is such a warm, beautiful apple bakery. Really good. This one, I had this idea one night in the middle of the night. I shot out of bed and wrote it down in my phone because I wanted to remember it. So this is blue sugar, powdered donuts, and fresh baked bread. Now, I love blue sugar with bakery and bread. I tend to go for that blue sugar, warm vanilla sugar, zucchini bread blend. And I was thinking that this would be similar but different to that. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. So blue sugar is front and center. Fresh baked bread is a little bit more salty and yeasty than zucchini bread that has a depth and a kind of burnt sugar sweetness. But I can smell the powdered sugar in that powdered donuts oil really distinctly. This is really, really pretty blue sugar bakery. I'm excited to try something that isn't that classic combo that I have been melting so often. This one is blueberry pumpkin patch, pumpkin pecan waffles, and zucchini bread. So blueberry pumpkin patch is a scent oil that I love so much. It is not a bakery blueberry scent. It is definitely more of a earthy kind of scent with a little bit of sweetness. It is more of like a fresh blueberry pumpkin with a little smoke in the background. And then pumpkin pecan waffles and zucchini bread are just 2 of my favorite bakery nuts. And I just thought that this would be a nice fall kind of outdoorsy bakery. And it turned out really, really nice. I have to say, this one I'm really, really happy with how these notes blended together. The blueberry pumpkin patch is so delicate. It's such a hint, and it really comes through in that pumpkin pecan waffles. It almost is like those 2 notes blended together and became one. And then you have the zucchini bread that it's sitting on that makes it like a heavy bakery. Really yummy, very fall, very good. This one is pink sugar, marshmallow fireside, and sugar cookie royale. I think that I was trying to dupe a note or a blend that I had from another vendor, but I cannot remember now. But this turned out so good. I love pink sugar blends because they're so feminine. And Marshmallow Fireside is such a great scent. It is that sweet, fluffy, airy marshmallow with that kind of light wood smoke in the background. And then the Sugar Cookie Royale. To me, Sugar Cookie Royale is such a warm, inviting, fresh baked sugar cookie scent that when you mix it with something like marshmallow and pink sugar, this just becomes so fluffy, feminine, sweet, sugary, almost like a little cotton candy. Really, really yummy. This one is Beach Nights, Cupcakes at Tiffany's, Vanilla Wafers, and Pie Crust. So I love the Fantasy Wax Melts Beach Nights because she uses the Bath & Body Works dupe, which to me is much sweeter, a little more coconutty, as a little like suntan lotion, more so than a heavy perfumey kind of hits the nose harshly Beach Nights. And then Cupcakes at Tiffany's is so overwhelmingly sweet cupcake with the toffee. I really love that note, so I thought that would add a very heavy, like creamy sweetness. And then Vanilla Wafers and Pie Crust, I thought would add that kind of like salty, crunchy sweetness. I don't know. It made sense for me. This turned out so good. This is obviously Beach Nights forward by far, but it is Beach Nights with a ton of vanilla warm bakery. I absolutely love it. This is going to absolutely shine in the summertime. I will definitely be waiting to melt this one. It's going to be such a good seasonal melt. Customs. What do I have left for customs? I have one more custom left. So this is a classic. This is Zucchini Bread, Sugar Cookie Royale, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, and Glazed Donuts. Heavy bakery. I love heavy bakery. It's my one true kind of original favorite scent, and these are my 4 favorite heavy bakery notes if I really had to get down to it, and it's just done so well. Fantasy Wax has a great glazed donut oil. It is very specific. I can point it out. In this scent, I smell all 4 of these notes, and they are combining to just make the perfect heavy bakery. This is going to be so warm and comforting. I cannot wait to melt it. So those are all of my customs, and now I will move on to, am I going to go by shape? What am I going to do? I'll show the next XL snap bar because we'll just go by shape. This one is called Pivot. I don't remember what collection this is from, but this is baked apples, hot buttered rum, and zucchini bread. Like I said, Fantasy Wax Melts Apple Bakery is top tier for me, so I'm willing to give it a shot. This one definitely is a little bit more of a fresh apple. It's not quite as fresh apple as Mac apple, but it is not as bakery apple as I think I needed it to be to make it an open concept melt that'll work in my house. But I love all apples, so this one will be a great office and bathroom melt for me. I have quite a few snap bars. Many of these are custom extras and others are blend creations because there was a Let's Blend, I think she calls it, where everyone votes on customer blends. And then some of these, like I said, are other people's customs extras. So if any of these are your blend, let me know. So this first one is called Falling for Bread. I actually think this is Christine's. So Christine, if you see this, let me know. This is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, French Baguette, and Zucchini Bread. Again, heavy bakery, very similar to my custom. This is just such a good go-to. This one, the Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, sticks out the very most, but I just love a nice, warm, heavy bakery, obviously. This one is Lavender, Cotton Candy Frosting, and Birthday Cake. I'm just such a lavender girl, especially lavender bakery. This falls into more of just like sweet lavender than lavender bakery, especially because Birthday Cake is such a difficult scent note for me. This one, I definitely smell mostly lavender and cotton candy. It's a nice, soothing, sweet scent that'll work well in the bathrooms and bedrooms. This one is Nights in Cuba, Tobacco Vanilla, Palo Santo, Sugar Cookies, and By the Fireplace type. I am often trying to make tobacco scents work for me, and most of the time they don't. So this one, it feels like I should like it, but I felt like if I don't like it with Palo Santo, Sugar Cookies, and By the Fireplace, which is one of my favorite perfumes, that I probably won't like it. And honestly, I just don't think tobacco is for me. I think that I have given up on trying to make it work for me. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna pass this on. I am actually participating in the round robin that's going on right now. Christine, she is sending the box my way next. So this is gonna go in there for one of my friends to enjoy. This one is Apple Chai, Sugar Cookies, and Zucchini Bread. Again, another apple bakery that I wanted to give a chance. Oh, this one's really good. It definitely is like kind of an apple chai tea. It smells more like a hot apple cider drink mixed with the chai, and then, oh, the sugar cookie and zucchini bread, that makes it so good. This smells like a cafe in the fall, but I love that it's a tea and not a coffee. It's very good. This one is Camping in the Woods, Bonfire, Campfire Mallow, Cracklin' Birch, and Sweet Lavender. This was someone's custom extra, and I was very intrigued by those scent notes. Oh, that smells really good. I'm not always the biggest Cracklin' Birch fan. I feel like it can really overpower a blend, and I just get sick of it kind of easily. But I've never tried it with lavender, and it works really well, and it makes it really good. And then the Bonfire and the Campfire Mallow, this is definitely a woodsy, smoky scent, but that hint of lavender is doing a lot, and I'm excited to give this one a try in the bedroom. This one is Confetti Cone Dip. This is definitely from the Let's Blend. This is Birthday Cake, Vanilla Ice Cream, and Waffle Cone. I have said before, I have a hard time with birthday cake, but vanilla ice cream is so strong to me, so I was wondering how that would work. And this smells really good. Because of the addition of the vanilla ice cream and the waffle cone, which are two notes that I can smell pretty distinctly, it is bringing out some of that really yummy birthday cake scent for me, which really is exciting. I'm hoping this does just as well on warm. I will let you know. This one is After Dark in the Sea, Cashmere Plum, Salty Sea Air, Mallow Fireside, and Warm Vanilla Sugar. This was someone's custom extra, and again, very intrigued by those notes. I do like a good plum. Oh, that has gotten better with time. Oh my god, that's so good. I don't even know how to describe that. Well, it's definitely body care. It almost smells like if you combined from Bath & Body Works Dark Kiss, Saltwater Breeze, and Warm Vanilla Sugar, and a little bit of smoke. I can't tell if this is summery or not. I'm going to put this in today. This has just blown me away all over again. I remember liking it, but this is really good. I cannot wait to put in a square of this and report back. I honestly feel like I'm going to do it right after I turn this off. This is fantastic. If this was your custom, bravo, that is so good. That's wifey. Last little snap bar here. This is Alpine Cheer type. This was a single scent note she was offering, and I kept seeing that type come up in blends with other vendors, and I've never smelled it before. And I really like it. It is a very outdoorsy winter scent. It's definitely like an atmospheric one. I think that it will be a really good bedroom bathroom scent for the winter. I have 3 of these mini chunk bags here. This first one is Bride of Frankenstein, cornbread, zucchini bread, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and birthday cake, heavy bakery. It's a theme. I melt heavy bakery all the time. Like, not every day, but all the time. I love the colors of this, first of all. That drew me in for sure. But it's heavy bakery. Yeah, and it's ultra sweet heavy bakery because of the cupcakes at Tiffany's. The zucchini bread's definitely more prominent than the cornbread, which I appreciate. Cornbread's kind of an iffy note for me, but with all of these other scents in it, I knew that I would like it. This one is Wolfman, leaves type, pie crust, and zucchini bread. This was another one that intrigued me quite a bit. I do like leaves type. It definitely has its time and place, and it's not all the time. But with that heavy bakery, it is good. This is definitely like spot on to the Bath & Body Works dupe. It has that mix of the fresh leaves, but with the clove and the slight fruitiness to it. But with the pie crust and the zucchini bread, definitely makes it lean bakery, and I really love it. And then this little chunky bag is Frankenstein's Monster. This is pumpkin bourbon donuts and espresso. I really do enjoy coffee blends from Fantasy Wax Melts. This is so good. The espresso is definitely strong. And the pumpkin bourbon donuts is this very creamy, sweet, maybe almost butterscotch type of scent, so it balances it out. But this is definitely coffee forward. But to me, coffee really becomes less sharp and harsh when it warms. And that for me is pretty consistent across the board. So I try not to judge coffee as too strong until I melt it, and I feel that way. But I like that one. All right, now we're on to our fun shapes. So I have three pumpkins. This first one is another fall heavy bakery. This is Chucky, pumpkin apple strudel, cinnamon rolls, and zucchini bread. The pumpkin apple strudel oil is a favorite. The cinnamon rolls adds definitely more of a fall kick to it with the zucchini bread. Very good. This is a repeat of a scent that I have melted before. This is one that I had requested way back when, and she poured it. This is Salem Blueberry Pumpkin Patch and Oatmeal Cookies. I already talked about that Blueberry Pumpkin Patch oil and how much I like it. And with the oatmeal cookies, this is just such yummy, warm fall. I love it. And then this one is Pearl Strawberry Pound Cake and Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. I do enjoy a strawberry bakery. I'm a little picky about them, but I do enjoy it. This is really good. I think that unless I were to add a bread to it, this would actually be more bedroom, bathroom to me, because strawberry pound cake and pumpkin pecan waffles, at the end of the day, a lot of them are Bath & Body Works dupes, and so they can have that body care undertone to them unless you are blending it with a more realistic bakery scent. But this is nice. They're two kind of go-to notes for me. You can't really go wrong. I have 2 packs of clouds, which I absolutely love these clouds. They're so pretty, and they're both lavender scents. This one is called Owen's. This is lavender mallow, pink sugar, and jelly donut. There was another lavender jelly donut scent that I had from Fantasy Wax before. I don't remember all the other notes in it, but I remember I really liked it. This one, I mainly smell that lavender mallow, which is a little bit iffy on cold for me, but it always warms up nice. I do detect the fruitiness of the jelly donuts, which makes it more of a fruity lavender, which I really, really love. So very pretty, very girly. I know it'll be a great bathroom scent. And then this lavender blend is called Sadness. This is lavender milk and sugar cookie dough. This scent is one of the ones that helped me realize that lavender milk is such an it girl lavender to me. I love it. Lavender milk is very similar to the lavender that you'll find in Dreamweaver from L3, which if you know, you know, I'm obsessed with it. This is so similar to Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is lavender cream, sugar cookie dough, and zucchini bread. This is lavender milk and sugar cookie dough. I think that if I added zucchini bread to this and did it as a custom, it could be really close to a Dreamweaver dupe, I fear, if I say so myself. So I'm gonna give it a try eventually, and I'll let you know. But this is really great. Do I have any other repeat shapes? I do not. Okay, so I will start with this gingerbread. This is called Not the Gumdrop Buttons, Cafe C, Gingerbread, and Sugar Cookie Royale. I love the Cafe C oil. I used to kind of talk shit because I felt like it wasn't strong enough and it smelled more like coffee ice cream, but then I realized like it was more so just my expectations were different, but objectively I really enjoy the scent. This one though, to me, I am not getting a whole lot of coffee. I do love the gingerbread oil from Fantasy Wax, which is nice. I'm just getting kind of like a basic fall bakery essence from this. I'm gonna have to put some heat to it and see if the coffee pops out. That is, like I was saying, the one thing about Cafe C. It's just not the strongest, but it is good. This one is Spellman, Amaretto, Vanilla Ice Cream, and Pumpkin Pecan Waffles. Amaretto, hit or miss for me, depending on the vendor. And this is getting better with age. At first, the Amaretto leaned like maraschino cherry to me, and I couldn't smell any of the other notes, and I was not feeling it. But this has gotten better. I am going to have to take a little piece to see how I like it on warm because it is very close to leaning cherry, hardcore cherry, and if so, I probably will pass this along to a friend, but I am gonna give it a shot on warm. This one is Book of Shadows, Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies, Cafe C, and Spiced Oat Milk. Very curious about how that would blend together. I absolutely love the Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies oil from Fantasy Wax. She has one of the best ones. This smells delicious. This kind of unlocked a category for me of Blackberry Jam Butter Cookies with coffee because I do smell the Cafe C in here. It definitely is more of like a creamy coffee with milk, but something about the depth of the blackberry jam, the warmth of the butter cookies, and the way that the spiced oat milk is such a heavy, creamy scent. It almost reminds me of Serendipity if Serendipity didn't have the coconut. And these are just really working how they're blending. Also, these bats are so cool. I don't even want to cut them up, but I'm going to because this smells amazing and I want to get to that as soon as possible. This is Book of Shadows. I don't know if she has any more on her page, but that is one that I would make a purchase for to get again. It's very good. This is a pair of lips here. This is in Rachel, Serendipity type, which is funny because I was just talking about that. Pink sugar and pink frosted cake. So Serendipity is a super heavy, creamy coconut blend. I struggle with pink frosted cake. To me, that note comes off very artificial, regardless of vendor. But this is playing well with the Serendipity and the pink sugar. When I smelled it at first, it was very pink frosted cake heavy, was a little artificially. I wasn't sure if I was gonna keep it, but now it is almost like a strawberry cream savor type of scent. It is small enough that I'm gonna give it a shot. This all cut into, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces for the bathroom and bedrooms. All right, I have one more shape and then the rest are the rest of my samples. So this last one is Dundee Awards. This is Sweet Lavender, Buttermint, and Vanilla Bean Noel. Now, mint is a finicky kind of note for me. I enjoy mint. I enjoy mint in the bathroom and the office and the bedroom, but mint can go too far and I need it in very small whisper doses. This is one that really reminded me of a scent that I had gotten from Super Tarts called It Wasn't Just a Dream, and it was something with lavender and buttermint. I really liked that one and I wanted to get this one as a replacement because I finished that one. This one on cold is definitely most heavy on the buttermint, which is a very, very creamy, sugary mint. It is a very nice intro to mint, but it can definitely come off, I feel like, as maybe like over artificially sweet to some people. I enjoy it. I'm not getting a ton of lavender in this on cold, but I'll have to see how it warms. And now for the rest of my samples. Speaking of buttermints, it's funny because with my customs, I got a sample in this shot cup of plain buttermints here. And it's just a super, super creamy, creamy sweet mint. I am going to throw this into the round robin box that's coming up because I know a lot of the people are mint fans, so I think that that will be well loved. And I already showed you my ultimate vanilla, so let me go through the rest of my samples. This first one is apple cobbler. Like I've said many times in this video, Fantasy Wax does apple really well. And this is no exception. This is definitely more along the lines of a, it's not quite a fresh apple like a Mac apple. It's more of a spiced holiday apple. I'm not getting a ton of the crusty cobblery bakery element from it on cold, but it'll probably warm up and come through a bit. This one is brown sugar pound cake. I've had this in blend so many times, but I've never smelled it on its own. And it really is similar to an Old Town Bake Shop or a sweet bakery dough. It is just this kind of gentle but present generic kind of bakery. It's very nice. I think that it'll be really good in a bedroom or mixed with another scent in the office. This one is Woolen Blanket. This is a little bit laundry, but it's kind of a mixture of like a laundry, a slight masculine, and almost a little mint. If you have ever smelled the scent or blend Jon Snow from Teddy Bees, which I got in not this pre-order that we just bought from this weekend, but the one that we've most recently received, it reminds me of that. This is good. It's not laundry in the way that you'd think, and it's not like a masculine cologne. It almost maybe has a little bit of a slight leather note to it, but in a way that I like, and I don't typically like leather. This is definitely a unique one. I'm excited to give it a warm. And last sample here is Be Thankful type, another one that I see all the time in blends. So I was looking forward to seeing how it was by itself. This is to me, this is like a nutmeg, kind of pumpkin pie spice, maybe a little bit of a warm cinnamon apple. Very fall, very warm fall. Something you would definitely melt on a Thanksgiving holiday or something like that. So that is everything that I purchased from Fantasy Wax Melts this past fall and winter. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I highly recommend putting yourself on Fantasy Wax Melts customs list because everything just turned out great. I hope that you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you like wax videos, and I will see you in my next one.